Hello everyone and welcome to Infused Transitions. I'm going to apologize right off the bat. As you can see, maybe I have my stand here, which means it's directly on my desk, and that is not typical for me. And that means anytime I touch the table, it jars the camera. I'm going to try really hard to make sure that I'm not doing that, but I can't guarantee it. So bear with me if that happens, and my apologies. We are starting out with these 3 decks. I'm not sure why. I find it interesting because I actually haven't worked with these decks for like a really long time. But when I asked to be shown what decks we were bringing out, these were the decks that came out. So we're going to see what's going on, what is going to be coming forward in the messages. We are leaving the message open to whatever it is, Utmost High, God, Source, Spirit, Universe, whatever that is for you, is wanting to bring forward to us. I am also going to say, don't shoot the messenger kind of deal. In case you are new here, thank you so much for being here. I truly, truly appreciate each and every one of you, old or new. And for those of you who are new, if you're wanting to know more about how I read, you can find that information in the description box below. And I'm just going to jump in and get started. All right. Again, remember, these are open messages, so just whatever is going to come through is going to come through. We will let it unpack and unfold as it goes. And, don't shoot the messenger. All right, let's see. Okay, so on what came out was nurture yourself. Okay, we have Mother Mary and nurture yourself. On the bottom of the deck, we have, oh my goodness, I don't know if I'm going to say this right, Melchizedek. And it's spiritual law of attraction. Oh, 2 cards came with that, and yoga. Okay, so nurturing yourself. Because we are, bottom line, spiritual law of attraction. Okay. And if you are struggling with challenges in how you're nurturing yourself, or if you are or aren't nurturing yourself, or even if you are, maybe there's something that needs a little bit of tweaking, you may want to look into that and see what that does for you. Now, I'm also going to apologize here because I see with the shadows coming in, it may annoy some of you. But again, I got to work with where I'm at. So hopefully that'll be okay. Spiritual law of attraction. Again, this comes important because however we're nurturing ourselves, clearly this is something that is bringing something into our reality. So you may want to look at that and see where you may need to do some tweaking. We do have yoga, which not only is about getting the body moving, but depending on what kind of yoga that you want to practice, because, there's several different kinds. Maybe do some research, find what speaks to you in the way of a yoga class or a yoga practice, or even just doing a quick one, following a video here and there as you feel guided. This one and this one, to me, these are very much talking about the human physical body, but they are also talking about your spiritual body and your mental body, your mental, emotional, physical, and spiritual bodies. And what we put in is what we create, right? So in that way, there may be it may be useful to maybe do some looking at how are you nurturing your body. Do you feel you're nurturing your body well? And if not, what's a way that you can possibly tweak things or revamp things, or even just changing one thing at a time can be very, very helpful. All right, excuse me. Let's see, we have the magical messages from the fairies. So let's see what they have to add to this. All right. Sorry, my cat is also like really being insistent on getting into my lap. As many of you know, he really likes to be a part of my card readings. He's very, very pushy and very insistent. I would also say here we've got yellow and purples showing up as far as colors. So you may want to be looking and do a check-in with yourself as far as like your solar plexus chakra. And which one is purple, right? Is that your crown? Is that the crown? Let's see. I have these two handy dandy little cards that came with a deck. And I just love them. They're so helpful. Yeah, the crown chakra. So there may be, and isn't that interesting? Because on the back of this deck, it's yellow and purple. So maybe as you're nurturing yourself, that's going to do a lot to help you with your solar plexus. But the yoga and the movement is going to not solely that, but that each may have a special boost or an additional boost for your solar plexus with how you're nurturing yourself and your yoga practice, or starting a yoga, or even just dabbling in a yoga practice could offer opportunities in your spiritual crown chakra. All right, we have flower power. Okay. Spend time with the flowers and flower essences to increase your personal healing power. I would also say that for some of you that hydration is going to be important. She's actually collecting the dewdrops or raindrops off of the flower. So it's not just the flower, but possibly the hydration as well. You know, you can do this a couple of different ways, and I'm sure there's plenty more than that. These are just what's off the top of my head. But maybe looking at some websites that sell flower essences like Tree Frog and Bach. Oh, I wish I could remember that other one. I think it's something about alchemy and desert, or desert alchemy, or something like that. But, you know, do some searching on some websites for some flower essences and just see, is there one or some that stand out to you, and or ones that talk about spiritual law of attraction, about nurturing yourself, and or about yoga, and just see what comes up. We also have patience, please. What you're asking for is coming about. Have patience, as there are unseen factors that need to occur first. And we do see that she is here with a butterfly. And it's not quite landed on her finger yet, but it's there, which to me is kind of like that whole, and again, we see this law of attraction. So there may be something that you're trying to manifest, something you're trying to create and bring in, that may require some more work to be done, or just waiting for things to line up, because possibly it has an effect, a direct effect or indirect effect on more than just you, because none of us is an island unto ourselves, right? Let's get one more. Thank you. Yep, emotional healing. So this yoga not only is going to help in your crown chakra, but it can offer you emotional healing. As your heart heals of old emotional pain, you receive new blessings and love. And I'm seeing not only her heart, but her throat, her third eye, and her crown. And there's stars in the trees here. There's a lot of change happening in this card. She's got a butterfly, a daffodil. So you may want to look up daffodils. Why do I keep thinking buttercup? There's maybe that's the name of that particular kind, a buttercup daffodil. I don't know if that's a thing. That's just what's coming to my mind. She's got 2 butterflies, which we all know is about transformation. Stars, to me, stars are about wishes coming true. So I feel like the yoga, again, whether you're dabbling, you want to create a new exercise program, or you're just, whatever that looks like from one end to the other and anywhere in between. I feel like that's not only about your crown chakra, but you can find some emotional healing while you're on the mat. And as always, only take what resonates and leave the rest, okay? All right, let's see, what else do we have here? One more. Sorry, I'm trying to not pound on the table with these because I don't want to shake the camera. Because I know that can be annoying. Okay, so let's get one more for each row here that we've got going on. We've got Nurture Yourself and Flower Power. What else do we have? Nurture Yourself and Flower Power. Thank you. Yep, see, Transformation and Fulfillment. And interestingly enough, in Fulfillment, she's sitting in a flower. So I do feel the flower essences, buying flowers just to buy yourself a bouquet of flowers, flower essences, something about flowers is going to play a role in this nurturing of yourself. And even here with Mother Mary, the way she's got her hands placed and it's like right in front of her heart. I feel like there's a lot of heart healing happening, but it's coming from a multifaceted approach, which to me means that, yes, there's a combination of things at play. It's not just one thing that is ready for healing, but it's also saying that to me, it's saying that it's layered, and that this multi-approach to this heart healing, it's almost like it's more complete, it's more thorough, it's multifaceted, it's doing this from a variety of angles and perspectives that are going to strengthen the healing overall and possibly speed up the healing. And it may not seem like it to you, but it actually will, because it's coming multifaceted and from multiple angles. The fulfillment says, joy abounds in all areas of my life. So possibly some positive affirmations, whether you do tapping or reading them or just saying them, whatever that is for you. But I do feel that the flower essences, getting tuned in with nature, maybe taking some walks. But I do feel like the flower essences are important. And then we have transformation. I am joyously centered and safe as wonderful changes occur around me. Now, this to me is saying, okay, so this card is saying around, right? And this one says in all areas of my life and around me. When we begin to work on ourselves, typically our environment will begin to change, simply because there are things that we would have accepted before that we no longer will. And therefore we begin to filter out that which no longer works for us, so that we make room to bring in what it is that we do want, which we see here with this law of attraction. All right, let's get some more with the law of attraction and the patience. Let's get more, please. Yeah, healing and truth. Okay. So again, this is saying, you know, being honest, you know, what you're asking for is coming about. It's just you have to have patience because there's unseen factors that need to occur first. So this can often be that there are other people involved, and possibly, you know, there are things that need to take place for them that will have a direct effect on what it is you're trying to do. The other part of that too can be simply let whatever that is going to be, let it go be that. You know what I mean? Let it go. Let go of it and focus on healing yourself, because here we've got healing. Okay? Healing. Phenomenal healing energy flows through every cell in my body. And then we have truth. I live with my truth. And this person is looking at themselves in the mirror, right? And she's, you know, she's fully exposed there. She's being vulnerable with herself. She's allowing herself to look at herself and be truthful, be honest. I feel like for some of you, this is about owning your role in this nurturing of yourself, whether it's mental, emotional, physical, spiritual, energetically, cosmically, galactically, whatever, intuitively, whatever that looks like for you, whatever combination that is for you. It does require us to be very honest and truthful with ourselves so that we can meet ourselves basically where we are and move forward from that position. I hope that makes sense. All right, let's continue here. Let's go deeper with this yoga and emotional healing, please. No, we're not taking all those. All right, so we do have peace. I breathe deeply. Yoga does a lot of breath work, okay? Various types of yoga. Some focus a lot on it. Some focus some on it, some focus, or some in between, but breath is a part of yoga, right? I breathe deeply, knowing that all is well in my universe. So again, we have my universe, my truth, my body, in my life. So again, we only have one that is around us. The rest of this is focused on within. What is within? So for some of you, this may be an opportunity you're being given to bring your attention into yourself instead of other people. Let's get one more here for the yoga and emotional healing, please. Thank you. You actually gave me two. To me, this is saying what you're not seeing. This is what is coming out. Okay. Inspiration. I am receiving divine inspiration right now. And this person, I mean, if you look at them, it's like, yeah, look at all those mountains. Now, we can get tired going up and down all these mountains, but this person is getting inspiration. She actually has a, what is it called? A spyglass or a telescope, handheld telescope. I don't know, but she's looking out. She's looking out farther, right? She's getting inspired. So for some of you, maybe you're not feeling very inspired. You're like, okay, yeah, I know how to do yoga, but maybe for you, it's joining a class and that gets you motivated and that gives you inspiration. Maybe you would prefer to just watch it at home and do it while you're watching it and follow along. Whatever that is for you, but there's something that is offering you inspiration, which you can do your research, look around, and then, yeah, that's what I'm looking for, and then jump in. Yeah, see, what you're not seeing is that all of this, you know, sometimes we have a tendency to look at stuff and go, oh, it's nothing but work, right? But it's actually a new beginning. We have the word beginnings, and it says, I cherish all the cycles in my life. I cherish all the cycles in my life. This is all about a brand new beginning. There's a new beginning that is being offered to you here. And I do feel it starts with, again, you know, nurturing yourself. That doesn't just mean, oh, I'm going to have a spa day. This is becoming, you know, this is about becoming your new norm, right? How do you feed yourself each day, whether that is mentally, emotionally, physically, or spiritually, right? Intuitively. How are you taking care of yourself? I was going to try to reach back. There's a deck I'm wanting to grab, and I can't think of where it is. Hold on a second here. Let me see if I can reach these without knocking everything down. Okay. Sorry about that. With my setup being a little different here, it does create challenges. Okay, let's see. We got our Dear Universe cards. Let's grab a couple of these, please. Bringing out whatever it is you're wanting to further this message with. Thank you. All right. Dear Universe, allow me to choose love over fear always. Because, and I feel like, you know, again, this to me makes total sense, because it is important for us to choose to love ourselves, accept ourselves with how we are and who we are, and move forward, right? I mean, if there's things, excuse me. I feel like there's somebody who's not speaking up for themselves, and their throat chakra feels quite clogged. When we, whether it's not speaking our truth or living our truth or taking care of ourselves, nurturing our bodies, mind, soul, spirit, right? It puts us out of alignment, and it also has us operating from a space of fear frequently. So, you know, choosing to love yourself and to remove the fear. You know, a lot of times it's again, truth, being honest with ourselves. And this allows us then to have a starting point, a place to begin what we're going to shift. What are we going to change? And it's not about getting overwhelmed, right? We can't undo the past, but we can say, okay, yep, I see I chose this, and that is what created this. Law of attraction. Okay, I don't want this. So I'm going to uncreate it, because now I'm going to choose this, and this, and I'll create something new. The next one is Dear Universe, release the burden of uncertainty and replace it with unshakable trust and surrender. We got peace, inspiration, transformation. And I think that the truth, finding truth, I don't know. I realize truth and trust are not the same thing, but I mean, think about it. If we find out that someone's not being truthful with us, right? It damages our trust between ourselves and that person, right? Well, I feel like it's kind of the same thing. When we lie to ourselves, I feel like that ends up creating this distrust. We doubt ourselves then, because we're like, oh, no, you know, because we don't trust ourselves. Well, we don't trust ourselves because I feel like sometimes that's because there's this nagging energy there, whether we acknowledge it or not, because we're not being truthful with ourselves. I hope that makes sense. All right, let's get another card here. Let's just get a little bit more information for this reading. Oh, thank you. I thought one, I guess not. I thought one turned over. Oh my gosh, see, you can't make this stuff up. My body is a wondrous and magnificent machine, and I feel privileged to live in it. Again, in is your own, right? And this is about the body. I mean, it, you know, again, yes, it is about all the other stuff, mental, emotional, physical, so on and so on. But there is a bringing in an awareness around the body, the physical body. You know, this is our suit for where we're at and for this reality. And, you know, if we're wanting to continue on and move forward and create other things and experience other things and make things better, then I think, you know, for the most part, it's logical to say that then that foundation, which is our body, needs to be in a shape that it can actually, you know, handle the steps to go through, but then so that eventually you can shift from, I have to go through this, to actually, no, you're okay. You can go through this, and you can go through this in a higher vibration, or you can choose to go through this in a lower vibration. And that's not to say it's easy, and it's not to say we're going to be on target around the clock, because I don't know about you, but I have days when it's like, oh my gosh, you know, why did I do that, right? And then I have days of, yes, you know, I chose right, I did that, and I created that. Isn't that amazing? The universe supports me in every way. I actually am kind of, well, I guess I'm kind of surprised that this was the conversation for today. I'm not sure why I didn't come in here with any kind of agenda. I figured it would be whatever it was going to be. And I'm not sure why I feel kind of surprised. I guess that's not true. I guess I had to think about it for a minute. I guess the reason that it kind of surprises me is because the physical body, the human body, is the manifestation, the law of attraction, the manifestation of practices that we've had for years. And if we don't like that manifestation, again, it's not about beating yourself up. It's just about being honest with yourself and going, oh, okay, I see how I created that. Yep. I see how I created that. I see how I, you know, when I made these choices and decisions, I see how that created more challenges for my body than it did to help and support my body. So I'm just going to shift gears, right? Oh my gosh. Yeah. See, you just can't make this stuff up. Okay. This way, second, third. Okay. So we have healing through grace. And I find that interesting because the cheetah is one of the fastest, or if not the fastest, land animal. But, you know, it can't maintain that high speed indefinitely, right? And for us, I feel like we're not able to maintain the same kind of care that we're continuing to have or do and expect things to change. If you want things to change, then you got to change something. Even the tiniest, minorest, saying a word, most minor tweak can have a big impact. And every change starts with a step. You know what I'm saying? It's like, you know, it starts with a choice, a decision of, and we educate ourselves and we look forward and then we take that step. And you notice that the cheetah is sitting still. It's not running. it's sitting still. It's looking out and around. It's to me, it's like getting connected with nature. It's allowing that groundedness to do its work, that being in nature and how healing that is, which again, we have these flower power, flower essences, buying flowers, surrounding ourselves with flower energies, which is very nature connected. Now, like for me, I can't have flowers around me because I would be sneezing and my allergies would go haywire. And not all flower essences can I take, but most of them I can. And the few that I can't, it's not like it's a severe reaction. It's more of just like, oh, yeah, and that's gone in a few minutes, the sniffling. But there is having grace with yourself. Give yourself a break. Help yourself to understand and move forward with that grace. We have helpers. So there are people that are out there that can help you along the way, whether that is to help you to educate yourself, help you to practice something, especially if you're going to be going into something like yoga, and maybe you're new to yoga. So maybe it's, finding either a teacher or a class, or if that's out of reach, maybe if you, on your social platforms, you might find a specific person that you want to follow, or you might find someone who can just like inform you and help you if you have a question here or there. But there are people out there that will come around to help you in whatever that is. Same with flower essences. When you start going to some of those companies that is the sole thing they do, they are fountains of information and can help you. Okay, well, what are you trying to do or create or uncreate or shift or change or whatever that is? And you can describe what it is you're wanting to do, and then they can say, oh, you know what, I got the perfect thing for you. So it's not like you have to know everything, right? There are helpers out and around and about and available for you. And then we have at home on the inside. This is like so, so, so important. This is a journey on self-acceptance, self-love, self-support, self-gratitude, self-appreciation. I really feel like this is a game changer for you if that's what you want and if that's what you allow it to be. Okay, guys, I think I'm going to leave it here. I hope this makes sense for you. Again, only take what resonates, leave the rest. And if this resonated with you, I do ask that you hit that thumbs up. Helps me, helps the channel, and it helps the message to get to others. And until next time, I'll talk to you soon. Bye.